Hello Team Shine, how are you today? I hope you are having a beautiful day as I am. I don't know if you can see my background. Oh, there we go. It's a beautiful little sunset going on here. I'm just waiting for Elizabeth to be finishing her hip hop tonight. So I was going to do this live earlier, but things happened, so I decided to do it now. So if you haven't watched that video, I would make you watch it because it's absolutely mind-blowing of what the information they have about our DNA and how much information is actually stored on it. Most of our DNA actually comes from our ancestors, meaning our mother and father and their mother and father and so on. And what I learnt from genome healing and what I do with energy work and the belief system of what I learnt was that 13 of our ancestors are actually stored inside our DNA. So if you think really think about that, you have so much going on in your body right now that is part of your mother and father's life and their life and so on and so on. If you go through 13 generations, you are just going through what they went through in ways. You are upgrading yourself. You are changing your own belief systems. You are going through life similar to what they would have went through. And what I learned through genome healing is for us to be upgrading ourselves, for us to be changing and evolving, is for us to be aware of our own habits, the way that we think, the way that we feel, the way that we do things. And for us to change this is also changing our ancestral lineage of information. And this really blew my mind when I watched this video, because a small amount of our DNA can hold up to trillions of gigabytes. And that's a lot of information. And that's on 1 gram. And that sort of just blows my mind, because our DNA that is, inside us has so much information stored on there that we don't even know. Science don't even know what is on there or what it actually does. And what I learned through energy healing is that from the power of your own mind, you can restructure your own DNA. And when I was talking to my mentor about this, when I was doing my genome healing, she told me that there was a lot more that we are going through in this physical life than what we could ever imagine because of our ancestral lineage of information. So if you wanted to really think about it, you are going through so much more in this life than what you could actually think about, really. And this is why things come up. This is why stressful situations come up, things that you just don't know why this is here, why you're going through this pain, why you're going through so much trauma, why you can't get your thoughts to be really connected to it all. And just, you really got to think about why this is really happening in your life. And when I start to think about it and how our DNA stores a lot of it, and we go through our lives the way that we do, especially with what's going on right now, that we really need to be at peace with what's happening, and to really dig deep inside us, to really be aware of our own patterns and our habits that we have. You could really, if you become aware of yourself, you'll be able to watch your siblings and your parents and their parents, if they're around, and so on. You'll be able to see similarities of what you've gone through to what they've gone through. The habits, the ways that they speak, the things that they do, like you start to mimic them. It's like, for me, I was working with my dad plastering for many years, and I was doing pizza delivery, and my boss there started saying that I started speaking like my father and the way that he was speaking. So the things that we mimic from the people that we are surrounded by really comes down deep inside us, because his father would have done the same, he would have said the same things, and we just are copying that. But for me, when I started thinking about the DNA and when I watched this video and how much information that we have right in our fingers, like our phones, for us to really research what is going on, not only within ourselves, but to help others. Our activations that we have, these activation products, really, you got to understand the way that Dr. Joe McCord says that it balances out at least 400 to 500 of our survival genes. Now, if you want to break that down even more, that your survival genes are what your parents and their parents and so on, 13 generations of information that they went through in their survival mode. So when we are in that survival state, and because of our activators, we are more balanced than what you could think of or what you could ever imagine right now, that their situation or what they were going through was so much more stressful, so much more insane that, you probably, maybe would be crying a lot more or stressing out a lot more if you didn't have these activators. These activators are doing so much more inside us than, just the way that the science has said it. Like, it's the belief system that we have. If you believe in energy work, then you know that it works. If you have someone that doesn't believe in energy work, then it won't work for them because they just don't have that belief system. If you believe that these activators are actually doing what the scientists have shown, especially with our peer-reviewed studies and that information that is out there for everyone to read about how our Nrf2 and how it reduces our oxidative stress, but not only that, it balances out those genes, then our survival genes are more harmonious right now. And this is something to be very grateful for, because in a time like now, in a time like this, what's going on, our stress could be so much more higher than what you could really imagine right now. So you really need to be grateful for what we have with these activators. So I just wanted to send you off, all of you now, with this love and light, this energy for you to take home, because I want us all to live in the energy of prosperity, and that's to have the love, the peaceful mind, and the abundance for every single being on this planet. And these activators are for everyone to reduce their oxidative stress and balances out their genome. So anyway, have a beautiful evening. I will touch base again with you all soon. And till next time, peace out.